Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. In this video we are going to tell the story of the last 5 years of our moose hunting ground. How it went from everything you could ask for in a hunting spot to not being able to harvest a bull for the first time in 25 years of hunting moose in Alaska. This area has some of the harshest weather conditions I've encountered in the fall, making access very difficult with the amount of snow we have gotten while we were out there. It took us multiple years to find and figure out how to get to this spot. We have fed our families for the last 5 years with the magnificent bulls we have harvested there. 3 years ago, a huge pack of wolves started working this area and have put a hurt on the moose population. I've often wondered if we as hunters have overhunted this area, but the one thing I always remind myself is we don't shoot cows, calves, or any of the smaller bulls. We only harvest the bigger, mature bulls. Ever since we seen that huge pack of wolves, we haven't seen hardly any cows or calves. Next year, we might need to move on to new hunting grounds. We will see. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In 2018, we decided we needed to find a new moose hunting ground. The area we had been hunting was a great place. It was just getting overran with other hunters. So we started doing our homework. I had talked with the local moose biologist about areas that held good numbers of moose that would be difficult to access to help us get away from other hunters. We settled on a spot, so we started doing some preseason scouting. In the winter, Dad and I rode our snow machines into the area, and I had flown it with a buddy of mine and his Super Cub. It took time to figure it out, but we finally found our way into the new area in August of 2019. Mid-September, we found ourselves hunting new country. When we first made our way into the valley, we immediately were seeing herds of moose with several bulls and lots of cows. I'd say we've seen 5 bulls over 50 inch and 10 more bulls under 50 inch and 20 to 30 cows that year. We also seen multiple black bears eating blueberries up on tops of the hills, and we would see wolves on occasion, usually 1 or 2 at a time. The valley was alive. Dad and I both shot our biggest bulls that year. Mine was 59 7/8 and Dad's was 59 3/4. We couldn't be more happy with our new hunting ground. Legit wind drifts. Been doing this for about 24 hours now. In 2020, I was able to bring 3 of my boys hunting that year. The valley was full of moose, just like the prior year, but the bulls were a little smaller. We also seen multiple black bears and a couple wolves. Aaron and Darren both harvested their first moose, and Darren got a black bear that year. Darren got his first black bear.
Aaron, is this your first moose? Yeah. Look at that thing.
What the heck flipped that rock over? Dude. Jake, look at that thing.
What do you think?
52.
Good done. 3x4 or a 3x2? Darren's first moose. What was it, 51 and a half? 51 and a half. Pack of like 15 wolves. I didn't put the tripod up, so it's going to be shaky. 2021 was the year a huge pack of wolves moved into the valley. The pack was over 25 wolves. We saw some moose this year, but they did seem skittish. We figured this was because wolves were in the valley. We did notice that we didn't see hardly any cows and calves though. We also were starting to realize the big snowstorm we had in 2019 wasn't a fluke storm, as we had found ourselves in the tent for a couple days waiting out a storm. By this year, we are fully prepared with our full-on winter gear. We pretty much wear our bunny boots and winter parkas every day. This year, we had so much snow we barely made it out. We burned way more fuel getting out than we had anticipated. Still snowing, 9 o'clock at night. It's Owen's first bull. 6 inches of snow. This was a tough year, but got one down.
Good looking rack.
Well, there it's hung up. Well, you got her done. We were still able to harvest 2 bulls this year, but neither one of them had cows. What we got last night. Yeah, it's gonna be fun getting out of here. Our trail. It's all wind drifted in, or wind blown in. We got a lot of snow here. Got a whole moose on the back here. Right in the back of this 6x, there's one whole moose. Jake's got a whole one too. It wasn't supposed to snow today. It's been snowing all day. It's our last bad hill. I'm pretty sure we can get out the rest of it. Hopefully. At this point, we are cutting it very close to having enough fuel to get out. We're seriously starting to consider leaving the trailers with all of our gear and coming back for them with the snow machines. Jesus. It's brutal. In 2022, we are hardly seeing any moose. We are going days without spotting an animal. We also didn't see any sign of wolves this year. We finally spotted a bigger bull on day 5 with a cow. We only seen a few moose this year and 2 were bulls. Well, the fog finally lifted. We were doing some calling from right over there. And we had a moose start calling back to us. Somewhere down. Well, we've been glassing here for about an hour and a half. That bull that we saw, or that cow that we saw right down there running around, there was a smaller 30 to 40 inch bull chasing her around. We're guessing that's what we heard, grunting back at us. Oh, sorry we didn't get that on video. But he had a cow with him. The cow took off. She winded us and then he took off right behind her, so I dropped the phone so I could back him up, but I didn't have to. There it is. We looked hard for this guy. It's not the biggest one we've ever taken, but we'll take it. It's the only decent sized bull we've seen so far. Nice job. We're not going to tarp it tonight, we're just going to let the wind do its thing. It's well below freezing. Well, there it is. We just pulled up. There's like a 55-inch bull right there. It's a 300-yard shot. You hit it. You got him. Another. Wait for him to turn.
He's still up?
Perfect shot.
Yeah, you got a perfect shot. Hurry up. There you go, Jake.
Joint venture.
Okay, there it is. It's a pretty awesome rack. It's 4x4. It's got some awesome drop tines on it. But it's 53 inches.
Fun times.
It's a perfect shot. I mean, it was a, we just pulled up. We were gonna actually just looking, we were gonna look over there and turned around and it was right behind us. Pretty cool.
We're gonna try to drag this thing?
I think we should.
Should I back yours up here?
That's gonna suck right there.
Man, there was some man eating.
Something's gotta be thrown about him.
We got her all hung up. It's an awesome night. It is freaking cold though. Got the heater going in the tent. We've only seen the one bull and one, maybe two cows the entire hunt. At this point, we are really seeing the devastation the wolves had done to this area. This year, we also cut a trail off of the mountain down into the lower country, which is where a lot of moose winter. We find lots of antlers which are dropped in December down low. When we ran down the valley a couple miles, we've seen multiple moose skeletons, and that's just what we could see from the wheeler. There's lots we didn't see. I think the moose had a couple real bad winters with lots of snow, and then we got warm weather and it rained in December, which freezes a crust on top of the snow, allowing the wolves to walk on top and pick moose off very easily. We told ourselves we were going to find a new spot for 2024, but that didn't happen, so here we are giving it another go. Last hill we got to get over. Our camp is just right over on the other side here. There's a little bit of snow making it difficult pulling these heavy trailers up. Yeah, we came in with no problems. Pretty awesome. Looks like there's, well, we made it in. A little bit of snow, but not too bad. Made the hills a little bit slick, but we got up, and for the most part, Jake somehow ended up with more weight in his trailer, and I'll never hear the end of it because we had to pull him up 2 or 3 hills. But a little cloudy, socked in. Looks like it wants to burn off. We're gonna get this tent up. Go do a little bit of glassing. almost 5 o'clock. See what we can see. Well, Dad, Jake, and Owen, they just spotted a, what'd you say, a cow, a calf, and another cow, and a bull in the 50s. Right down in here. Well, we got eyes on the moose, and he is long gone. He heard us coming. We were up there and we came over the hill. He went up and over this ridge, and he's way down there by the water, working his way out. I tried to get some video with the spot scope. I bought a new can't remember what it's called, all-in spot scope holder, so I wanted to see how it worked, but I just barely caught him as he went around the corner. So maybe he'll work his way back up in here. I'm sure he ain't gone. We're here for another 8 days. He'll come back, hopefully. Well, it's day 2. It's a pretty awesome day out. It's not very many times you'll get a day like this. Hardly no wind at all. We got up early, no wind. I mean, it didn't blow at all last night. And we glassed all of this for an hour this morning. Didn't see anything. Glassed back in here. So today our plan, Dad up there, our plan is to go back over where we saw that bull last night in that area, glass out for a while, then we're going to go up and over the top of that hill and look on the backside of that. Well, it's 2 socked in up here to glass. It's 6 o'clock. We're gonna go drop down into the bottom of the valley here, down that trail we cut last year. At least to be able to see something down there. That's a weird spot for one. Oh. 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 Day 3. Hot goss, the boys are in bed. It is snowing out. Can't see nothing. Well, it's about 4:30, and we have sat in the tent as long as we can sit in the tent. So even though we can't see anything, we're gonna go back to where we saw that bull a couple days ago and try to drop down into the trees and maybe get out of these clouds and do some calling. It's been pretty nasty all day. Here's an antler Jake found yesterday. It's pretty nice antler. Lots of moose antlers in this area when you get up. Well, we made our way back to camp. It's pretty socked in over there, so we decided to start working our way back, and we did find some clear areas where the fog is lifted, but man, this stuff is just thick and it's sitting down in the valleys. It's almost like we're up above it when we got way high. Starting to see some blue skies, but you see it's like gray. So we're gonna do some calling tonight, get our 6x all filled up, everything ready to go, and set alarm clocks for first thing in the morning. Well, it's day 4. You can see today, getting an early start, got a coffee, pre-made breakfast burritos up there underneath the radiator warming up. We're gonna try making our loop all the way around all these hills and then end up about 3 miles that way. It's a pretty decent sized grizz for around here. Now we're trying to figure out what's going on with these bears' tracks here. You can see there's a little, either like he's dragging a foot or limping. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Almost like it's got a stump for a foot. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dude, I think that thing is missing a foot. You see that, Dad? He's got the runs. Huh? Fiber? Fiber. Yeah. I know one thing, that scope is, phone scope thing is awesome. Can you see that, Jake?
A little sucker.
Is that? That's a bowl?
Yeah. Little tiny, I mean like a fork maybe. I don't even know if he's got any palms yet. Cool. Yeah, we were just right up there. Just come down the trail that we cut last year. Our camp is up in that white stuff up there. Doing moose taquitos for lunch.
Where's the other one?
Huh?
That's the other one.
Is this about where you found the other one?
Oh, right over there on the trail. It's not the same size though.
That's probably him. Well, we're just about ready to call it a night. This camera definitely makes it look a little brighter than it actually is. But we had a good day. We've seen 2 bulls, a couple cows, and the one bull probably pushing 50. It was we got some video of it, but it was hard to tell how big he actually was. We never got a real good look at him, but we were low on fuel. We could not get to him and still make it back to camp. So not sure what our game plan is for tomorrow. He's way back there, which means we got, it's day 5, 2:30 in the afternoon. It's socked in again. Not a lot to do, not a lot to see. Dad and Owen are either down here on this side of the hill or down here. They went down and they're doing some calling down there. Jake and I are just sitting in the tent, calling every once in a while. Figured I'd give you guys a little walk through our camp here. We do bring a generator, which I'm sure you guys have heard running. And when we bring that, it allows us to justify bringing a freezer in here, which some years when it's not cold like this, we've used it to keep our meat or our food cold. But we also cut our rib meat from the bone and we put it in freezer bags and put it straight in the freezer. That way when we get home we can grind it. Also we have Yukon stove, so we bring 20 gallons of diesel in here. And that's what the Yukon stove looks like. It's a wall tent stove that I modified to put the Yukon stove burner on, which we can burn firewood in it along with oil at the same time, which is awesome. Puts out a lot more BTUs. Also, we do not bring a propane cooktop. We've got a little guy there for a little coffee pot, little butane balls, but we do all of our cooking on the Yukon stove.
There. Yeah. There.
It's day 5, or no, take that back, it's day 6. We can see something today. Getting an early go this morning. Everything is pretty icy. We did lots of calling in this valley in the last couple days, hoping to have called something in this valley, or in this draw here where our camp is. But we're gonna glass this for 45 minutes, and then we're gonna head back that way where we seen that bull on day 1. Don't know if he's still in that area. Haven't really been able to glass it since that day. Spend the rest of the morning over there trying to find him, and because today is nice, we're gonna head way back in this country where we spotted that bull 2 days ago. At least that's the plan so far. Well, we made it over to where we seen that bull a couple days ago. He was right down here in this, right on that hill there. I think it's going to be brutal trying to find him in this. It's an old burn. It's really hard to spot moose in this stuff. We just started bull raking right back in the trace here. Well, Owen and I, we walked way down the valley. Haven't heard or seen anything. Not sure if what we heard was scared running through the brush, or if it's still back up in the yellow stuff right there. We were way up there with the wheelers. We heard it coming from this area. I kind of thought they worked their way down, but not seeing them, and they're not responding back to any calls. So we're gonna work our way back up here and then work our way back down the ridge. Well, we never ended up finding that bull we went after earlier today. We spent 3 or 4 hours over there, walked the hole everywhere, called. Not really sure what happened, but we're working our way back to our valley. It's about 6:30. Owen just put a hole in his tire. We just plugged that and we're airing it up. But try to get back to our valley and see if there's anything back that way. Well, today me and Owen's doubling up. We're conserving gas. It's day 7. Dad and Jake are on this hill. We just spotted a real nice bull right down in that. Let's see if we can get it on there. kind of worked our way down the hill here a little ways, just kind of seeing what this guy's going to do. Right now, he is right. We decided instead of dropping down this hill on foot through the trees and the brush, we would drop down the trail we cut last year on the wheelers, which would put us way closer to the bowl. It took us about an hour to get to this spot. Well, this is where he was right here. We started at the base of that hill and we went like another mile up into there, thinking maybe we pushed him, but I don't know. There's no way we couldn't have seen him. We walked right along there. We did leave Jake up on top up here, so hopefully he's seen where it went. But could make our way back to the wheelers before dark and get back to camp. Well, last night, that's where the bull was. He was up in this stuff. Jake said he thought he walked down into this. So we are walking up this hill here to get some high ground on him, this area, and see if we can call him out. It's pretty tough to see down in this stuff. Well, it's our last night at hunting camp. I think today is day 8. We spent all day hunting, and then this stuff rolled in the last 3 or 4 hours, so really couldn't glass the evening like we wanted to. Tomorrow we're gonna break camp down and get out of here, so we'll get a few hours of hunting in, but it's not looking too good this year. Well, we got the tent broke down, pretty much got camp all loaded up here. A few more things to strap on. Since we ain't bringing any meat out, we're gonna try to load all those into my trailer. It was pretty socked in this morning. These are starting to blow. Clouds are starting to blow out. We're gonna get some glassing in on our way out, but it's not looking good. This might be our last year here. We've been struggling. Moose are hard to find, and then they're hard to get to. We said last year we weren't going to come in here, give it a few more years, and yeah, we're back, and it's not much better. will be the first year we didn't get a moose. We've always got at least one. Sometimes it's been last day, just like today. But every year we've gotten a moose for the last 25 years. And I think even before that, it's probably been 30 something since Dad's not got one. So this has been a tough year for us.
A lot of bone in there.
Darren's first bull, Darren's first moose. This is Owen's first moose.